Welcome to Pain in the Grass, the official Lawn Pride podcast, where we dig deep into the real problems hiding in your yard. From weeds to grubs to mystery brown spots, we've got the dirt. Let's grow better together.
Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so today we're digging into that stack of materials you sent us about. Well, about lawn care.
That age-old suburban question.
Exactly. When do you roll up your sleeves and feel good about it?
And when do you absolutely need to just call somebody?
Right.
And that's really what we're aiming for today. It's about getting you that useful knowledge quickly. Because, look, it's not just time versus money.
No, it's more complicated.
It really is. It's about making smart calls. Because trying to DIY something complex without the know-how or the right tools, you end up wasting effort, maybe product, and honestly, it can cost you more in the long run.
Totally.
Yeah.
We want to help you skip that frustration. So we're going to break down lawn tasks. Think of it like 3 zones.
Okay.
First, the DIY sweet spot, easy wins, feels good.
Right. Low risk.
Then there's the gray area. This is where you need to be careful. Proceed with caution.
Requires more thought.
Yeah. And finally, the no DIY zone, where, frankly, getting a pro is pretty much essential.
Makes sense. So let's start with the easy stuff then, the sweet spot.
Yeah, let's do it. These are the routine things. High satisfaction, low drama.
And the sources all seem to agree. The absolute biggest impact you can have.
Mowing. Just mowing it right.
But that's also where that classic DIY mistake happens.
Scalping. Cutting it way, way too short. People want that, like, golf course look.
Yeah, and it's just brutal for the grass. The science is super clear on this. There's a golden rule.
Okay, what is it?
Never, ever remove more than 1/3 of the grass blade height in a single cut. 1/3, max.
1/3. Why is that so critical?
Well, think about it. If you lop off more than that, the plant basically panics. It goes into shock. All its energy diverts to just regrowing leaves, not roots, not anything else, and boom, it's vulnerable to disease.
So it's about survival, not looks.
Right.
And keeping it taller is actually better.
For most typical lawn grasses, absolutely. The recommendation is usually, keep that mower deck high, 3, maybe 4 inches.
And there are benefits to that height, right? Beyond just not shocking the plant.
Oh yeah, huge benefits. Taller grass blades shade the soil surface.
Okay, so that keeps it cooler.
Exactly. Cooler, holds moisture better. And here's a big one. It discourages weeds. They need light to get started.
Natural weed prevention.
Plus, taller blades tend to mean deeper roots. The plant has to reach further down for water, making it tougher during dry spells.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, connected to mowing, the blade itself, that came up a lot.
Crucial point. A dull mower blade. It doesn't slice cleanly.
No. What does it do?
It tears. It rips the top off the grass blade, like tearing paper, leaving a ragged edge.
Ouch. And that's bad because...
Those torn edges turn brown almost immediately, unsightly. But worse, it's like leaving an open wound. Perfect entry point for diseases.
Right. So sharp blades are a must if you're DIYing the mowing.
Definitely. You got to commit. Sharpen them at least twice a season. Or say every 20-25 hours of mowing time.
Got it. And one more quick mowing tip that's totally DIY.
The pattern.
Yeah. Mix it up. Don't just go north-south every single time. Switch it up east-west sometimes.
Why is that important? Soil compaction.
Exactly. Running the mower over the exact same tracks week after week packs down the soil. Makes it harder for water and air to get to the roots.
Simple fix, big difference. Okay, what's the other main DIY task?
Basic watering. Again, totally manageable for most homeowners.
The key here is how you water, right? Not just turning on the sprinkler whenever.
Right. Deeply and infrequently. That's the mantra. Encourage those roots to go deep looking for water.
So what's the target amount?
Aim for about 1 inch of water per week. And yeah, that includes whatever rain you get.
1 inch total. And when should you apply it? Does timing matter?
Oh, definitely. Early morning is best.
Why morning?
Well, 2 reasons. Less evaporation in the cooler morning air, and it lets the grass blades dry off during the day.
So they aren't sitting wet all night.
Exactly. Wet grass overnight is like putting out a welcome mat for fungus and diseases.
Okay, so mowing right, watering deep. That's the core DIY sweet spot.
Yeah. And what makes them DIY friendly?
Well, like we said, no crazy expensive specialized gear needed.
Right. No licenses required.
And the learning curve. It's forgiving. You mess up slightly, you can usually fix it pretty easily. No huge disaster.
Okay, but now let's wade into trickier waters. The gray area.
Right. This is where DIY is possible, but yeah, you gotta know what you're doing.
Precision matters here. Research matters.
Yeah.
Winging it, that's just asking for trouble. You'll waste money.
Fertilization is probably the prime example, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Anyone can grab a bag of fertilizer at the store. Easy.
But the pros and the research, they stress it's about the right product, that NPK ratio.
Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, yeah.
Applied in the right amount, and really importantly, at the right time of year. Like feeding cool season grasses in spring and fall, not the heat of summer.
And this next bit, I thought this was fascinating. Really the aha moment from the sources.
The soil test.
The soil test. Sounds so basic, but it's huge.
It's maybe the best $15 you can spend on your lawn. Seriously. Because think about it.
Okay.
A homeowner sees a pale yellowish lawn. They think, needs nitrogen.
Right.
So they buy fertilizer.
Makes sense. Seems logical.
But what if the real issue is the soil pH? Maybe it's way too acidic or too alkaline.
And if the pH is wrong,
The grass literally cannot absorb the nutrients you're putting down, even the expensive fertilizer.
wait, really? So I could spend like $200 on the perfect fertilizer.
Yep.
But if my pH is out of whack, the grass just can't use it, just sits there or washes away.
That's exactly it. You've wasted the fertilizer, the lawn is still struggling, and you never fixed the root cause, which that simple soil test would have flagged. It might have needed lime or sulfur, not more NPK.
Wow. Okay, that definitely ups the stakes for DIY fertilizing. And applying it evenly is tricky too, right?
Very. You need a properly calibrated spreader. Otherwise, you get those weird dark green stripes.
Or worse.
Or worse, burn patches where you accidentally dump too much. This precision issue pops up with overseeding too.
Overseeding. Great way to thicken up the lawn. But the sources said it fails a lot for DIYers. Why?
Two main reasons. One, you need good seed-to-soil contact. Just scattering it on top isn't ideal.
Okay.
But the big one, consistent moisture. That new seed needs to stay damp, usually for like 2 or 3 weeks straight, to germinate properly.
And life gets in the way for most people.
Exactly. You miss a day or two of watering, the seed dries out, and, well, the research basically calls it feeding the birds.
Okay. Requires serious dedication then.
Or a good temporary watering setup. And the last gray area task, basic weed control.
Spot spraying a few dandelions, maybe, but tackling a serious infestation.
Yeah, that gets complicated. First, you need to know what weed you have. Is it a broadleaf? A grassy weed? They need different treatments.
Right.
And often, lots of weeds are just a symptom, a sign that something else is wrong. Maybe the soil's compacted, or the pH is off, or you're mowing too short again.
So you're just treating the symptom, not the actual problem.
Pretty much. So this whole gray area, it brings up a really key question for you, the listener.
Which is?
Are you actually willing to invest the time to learn? We're talking basic soil science, understanding chemical timings, calibrating tools, managing moisture.
It's a significant time investment.
It really is. Or is it just more efficient, time and maybe even money-wise, to buy that expertise, buy the pros' knowledge and calibrated equipment?
And if the answer is no, I don't have time for all that.
But then these gray area jobs pretty quickly slide into our last category, the no DIY zone.
Right. This is where the specialized equipment costs a fortune, or you need licenses, or the risk of messing up is just huge.
Yeah.
Financially or environmentally.
Save your back, save your wallet, hire these out.
And top of the list here, core aeration.
Absolutely essential, especially for compacted clay soils or high-traffic lawns. It lets air, water, and nutrients get down to the roots.
But the DIY version often falls short.
Massively. The rental machines you get at the home center, they're usually much lighter, less powerful than commercial aerators.
Wow.
They often don't have the weight to pull deep, meaningful cores. They kind of bounce along the surface, especially on hard soil.
So you spent all Saturday wrestling this awkward machine.
Exactly. And you get maybe a surface-level job. Meanwhile, a pro crew with a heavy-duty machine, they'll do the whole lawn deeply and properly in maybe 30-45 minutes.
Yeah, the trade-off seems pretty clear there. Wasted effort versus guaranteed results.
Huge difference. Hire that one out. Then there's the really serious stuff. Chemical applications. Major pest control, like for grubs, or diagnosing and treating lawn diseases.
This is where licensing becomes a big deal, right?
Absolutely. Many of the most effective products, certain strong pesticides, specific selective herbicides, potent fungicides, you legally need a state-issued license to even buy them, let alone apply them.
So it's not just about knowing how, it's about being allowed to use the right stuff.
Correct. And the risks of misapplication here are serious. You could harm beneficial insects, like bees.
Yeah, pollinators.
Or contaminate groundwater. Or, ironically, overuse something and actually cause pests or weeds to become resistant over time.
Making the problem even harder to solve later.
And disease diagnosis. That's really tricky. Is it dollar spot, brown patch, snow mold? They can look similar to the untrained eye.
And if you guess wrong,
You buy an expensive fungicide that doesn't work for that specific fungus, you waste money, and the lawn keeps dying. Pros see this stuff constantly. They know what to look for.
okay, definitely sounds like pro territory. What else is firmly in this zone?
Irrigation systems installation or major repairs, and significant grading work on your property.
Why are those so hands-off for DIY?
They require specialized skills, designing sprinkler zones for even coverage, calculating water pressure, understanding hydraulics.
What, it's like plumbing and engineering had a baby.
Kind of. And grading. Ensuring water flows away from your house foundation. That's critical. Mistakes here can be incredibly costly.
No cost.
The sources suggested DIY irrigation mistakes often cost double to fix professionally compared to just having the pro install it right the first time.
Oof. Okay. Pay once or pay twice. Dearly.
Pretty much. So this no DIY zone, it really highlights that you're not just paying for labor.
You're buying expertise.
Expertise, the right commercial grade tools, insurance, liability protection, peace of mind, really.
Yeah.
The cost of failure is just too high to risk it.
Which brings us neatly to the big lurking factor in all of this.
Elephant in the yard.
Your time.
Mm-hmm.
We have to talk about your time.
Yeah.
Because lawn care, if you do it all, mowing, trimming, cleanup, fertilizing, weeding,
It adds up fast.
it can easily eat up 5, maybe 6 hours every single week in the growing season.
And you've got to put a value on that time, right? The sources had a great example.
The consultant.
Yeah, imagine someone who bills, say, $150 an hour for their actual job.
Okay.
If they spend 4 hours every Saturday doing lawn work that a pro crew could knock out in 40 minutes for maybe $50.
They're essentially paying themselves $600 to mow the lawn.
Exactly. When you frame it like that, suddenly paying the pro looks incredibly cheap.
Yeah, it shifts the perspective. For a lot of people, hiring out that weekly grind, the mowing, the trimming, it's not just about cost.
It's buying back their weekend.
Totally. Time for family, hobbies, relaxation. It becomes a quality of life choice, not just a chore avoidance strategy.
And this leads perfectly into what might be the smartest approach for many people.
The hybrid model.
Exactly. You don't have to be all in or all out. You can partner with a pro.
Leverage the best of both worlds.
Right. The strategy is pretty straightforward. You handle the stuff in the DIY sweet spot.
The mowing, the watering, things you can control easily week to week.
And you let the professionals handle the complex, the science-heavy, the equipment-intensive stuff.
So aeration, the tricky fertilization schedule, serious grub or weed control.
The stuff in the gray area you don't want to research, and everything in the no DIY zone.
And it shouldn't be a silent arrangement, right? You should talk to your lawn care provider.
Absolutely. The best results happen when it's a partnership. Ask questions.
Like what?
Like, hey, what products are you actually putting down today? What's the specific goal of this treatment? And really important, what should I be doing between your visits to maximize the results?
A good pro should welcome that engagement, shouldn't they?
Definitely. They want you to be happy with the results.
Yeah.
So if you handle the mowing and watering correctly, you're doing your part. You stay connected to your property.
But you offload the risky, time-consuming technical stuff.
Precisely.
Okay, so let's try and summarize the strategy here. What's the takeaway?
Well, we've broken it down. Routine, low-risk stuff like good mowing habits, deep watering, that's your DIY zone. Enjoy it.
Right. But the technical, licensed, requires big machines work. Aeration, complex pest stuff, irrigation.
Outsource it. Hire a pro. Save yourself the headache and potential cost of errors.
And that middle ground, the gray area, fertilizing, overseeding, basic weed stuff.
That hinges on you. Are you genuinely prepared to invest the considerable time needed to learn the soil science, the calibration, the timing?
If yes, maybe give it a shot, carefully. If
Well,
no.
Probably best to loop that into the pro category too for consistency and better results.
Okay, so here's the final thought we want to leave you with. Something to chew on before you decide to tackle that fertilizer job yourself next weekend.
All right.
If getting those gray area tasks right truly requires not just reading the bag, but maybe years of local experience, understanding soil types, calibrating spreaders perfectly, knowing the exact seasonal timing. What's the real, maybe hidden cost of eventually achieving a successful DIY result there after maybe some trial and error compared to just buying the pro's guaranteed insured expertise from day one?
That's a good question. The value of guaranteed expertise versus the cost of the learning curve?
Think about that investment. Thanks for diving deep with us today.
Thank you for listening to the Pain in the Grass podcast, sponsored by Lawn Pride of North Charlotte, Huntersville, your go-to name in turf care for homeowners and businesses seeking beauty, quality, and reliability, powered by family and fueled by passion. Until next time, make sure to take care of that pain in the grass.